Hey everyone, it's Carrie, and I want to talk to you today about balance. More in particular, how do we balance our busy lives with these new, healthier choices we want to make? We've all been there. We've done those crash diets that didn't work. We have had those New Year's resolutions that may not have lasted past January, and they leave us feeling disappointed and frustrated. So, how do we make these changes and be successful at it? My first tip is to start small and build up. Now, a quick side note, you may have health concerns or health conditions that you and your doctor have talked about, and you may need a more drastic approach to changing, exercise habits or eating habits. And that's the time to jump in, go big or go home, and make those changes. This would be for anyone else who has a good bill of health, their doctor says they're healthy, they've blessed them, you're healthy, and you still want to make some of those good changes for yourself. So the start small, build up is really up to you. The increments are up to you. How small or big you build is completely up to you. So for example, say you wanted to start walking every day, right? You're not going to go out and walk 10 miles tomorrow. You want to make it feasible to be successful. So a quick suggestion would be to, maybe take half your lunch hour or after dinner, walk 15 minutes in one direction and come back. You could then build up to walking 20, 30 minutes and coming back to where you're walking for an hour. And that could easily be 2 miles, depending on your pace and kind of how you're walking, the terrain you're walking in. Maybe you want to eat dinner out less. You eat several times a week, up to 5 times a week, and you really just want to eat at home with the family. You make a commitment and cut it back by 1. So let's say you generally eat out 3 to 4 times a week. So next week or the rest of this week, you can start, by cutting that back by 1 and eating dinner at home 1 more night a week. Maybe you're missing family dinners and you really want to be involved and be present with your family and be included in that conversation and that social time with your family. Decide and commit to doing that 1 more time a week than you already do it. And maybe you don't do it today, but you want to start doing it. So decide on what day of the week you're going to do it and make it happen. And then build up from there. Make it, not just once a week, maybe twice, 3 times, 4 times. You can do this with anything you are trying to change and make those changes your own. There's no right or wrong answers here. It's all up to you, okay? The next tip I have is to build in some social time. So this could go back to some exercise or being active time as well. We're trying to make healthier choices and be more active. Build in social time with family, friends, your spouse, your kids, where you're doing some activity. You're playing in the park with the kids. You guys come up with your own obstacle course around the playground. You play softball with your friends. You walk or run with coworkers or family after work or, at lunchtime. So a lot of these things can cross the concepts, and it could just lead to more successes for you. Now, the next one I've talked about a few times, and it's building in that me time. It can be as little as 10 to 15 minutes during your workday where you mentally recharge yourself. And that could be as quick as I'm going to go outside for 10, 15 minutes, breathe in some fresh air. Don't think about work, don't think about, home, just be present, look up at the sky, look at the flowers blooming, the trees budding, whatever is happening, just pay attention and be present in those moments. The next thing, and this one could be a little tricky because it's to stop doing or involving yourself in things that suck your energy and suck your time. So we all have people we know, they could be friends, family, coworkers, that just suck the energy out of us. And we have that, oh goodness, oh gosh, this person is here today, or I'm going to have to talk to this person. And there's sometimes we cannot prevent who this person is. Like I said, they could be family, they could be a good friend, they could be a coworker. But what we can do is make an effort to limit the time we're around that energy and around that person that just sucks the life out of us, around that person who does nothing but complain or vent or anything. And it could be as simple as, hey, you know what, I got to run out to my car for something. And take like 5 or 10 minutes, go out to the car, walk slow, come back. It, allows you to recharge yourself and kind of recharge your energy when you step away from that situation. Now, things that could suck energy from our time and suck time from us could be errands. Maybe there's a smarter way to do errands. Maybe, instead of running around the grocery store, you could, place the online order and have them delivered or have them ready to be picked up. There are multiple grocery stores that do that now. You can, order stamps online instead of standing at the post office. You can, if you have dry cleaning, you could possibly have it delivered. So there are ways to kind of look at changing those situations that suck the energy and suck the time from us. So finding balance is important. We all need it. And it's just a matter of finding what works for you. There are no right or wrong answers. This is a time where you want to test and you try and experiment with things that have worked for other people to see if they're going to work for you. And then finding that happy balance or happy medium of what does work for you. Maybe it's not, taking part of your lunch and walking. It's, being sure to make the dinner to take lunch the next day, but then you're just going to sit and enjoy that lunch. You're not going to try and do too many things in that time. You're just going to sit and enjoy your meal. Maybe you start taking a book to read at lunchtime and kind of immerse yourself in some me time, it's more about you and finding those steps, those small increment changes that you can make to be healthier than what you were yesterday or last week or last month. So I hope that helped. Let me know if you have any other ideas or what other things you might need help balancing. And drop them in the comments below, and I'll talk to you guys soon.